Going on, people? Who we got in the chat? Chris C is here. How's everyone doing? We haven't done a United show in a while. Got the big man. He's saying hello. KP is also in the chat, which is me. And HFD. What do we got here? We'll read a few chats before we get going. What's going on, big man? You there? Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me fine? Says we've got a few concurrent viewers, so if everyone can hear me, we can get straight into it. I'm always here. I know you're always here, man. You are a nice guy. Sorry about that. Yeah, so what's on the agenda tonight? Excuse me. United bounce back, 2-1 win. Zakal's in the chat. He says, "Hi KP and Chrissy, how are you guys?" I'm good, Zakal. Nice to see you from the get-go. Yeah, like I was saying, first things first, United bounce back, 2-1 against Everton at Goodison Park. But the first thing I think we should touch on is not about United winning. I've got it in the thumbnail and in the description. Cristiano Ronaldo, 700 league goals. I don't know if we're just meant to let that settle for a minute. 700 league goals. It's absolutely outstanding, phenomenal. Like when you actually sit there and think about it, that he's scored 700 club goals, 117 goals for his country. So he's scored over 800 goals. Some players in soccer, football, they play 500 games and that's considered an amazing career. He's scored more goals than most people play games. Like they're 90% of people. He's scored more goals than 90% of people play games. It's unbelievable. And it is. It's ridiculous, Chrissy. Like you said, that's like 2,000 AFL goals. It's a joke. It's like he's scored 40 goals a season for 15 years. Even in football, that would be a good career for a forward. Like that's putting it into perspective. It's crazy. Like it's there's always these debates. Who do you like? Who do you prefer? Messi, Ronaldo? And I think I said it as a short of me saying it. It's just enjoy them both while you can because they're not going to be around forever. And just thank whoever. I don't know what it is. You just thank the powers that we got to see them both at the same time playing, and they were rivals in a league against each other. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Messi's going to get to the 700 club goals probably in a couple of weeks. Two players to do that. The longevity, whatever you say, longevity of their careers. I mean, he's 37 years old. Will Ronaldo be at United next year? I don't know. It's hard to say now. Listen, I love Ronaldo. He's a legend of our club. He's got to go down as one of the best footballers of all time. With a record like that, I mean, other people have a good 5 years of prime. He's had over 10 years. So is Messi, like of prime, just quality, quality. Like it's unbelievable when you actually think about it. Like what they've done. It's crazy. It really is crazy. If we got anyone new in the chat, don't forget to subscribe. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I was saying, so there's anyone new in the chat, don't forget to subscribe. This isn't our main thing. We do a podcast. We will be going live on Thursday. Me and Chris C, I'm pretty sure. Don't know if Johnny's coming, got to ask him. But yeah, we tried to do a United show weekly if there's any new people watching, and we're big United fans, except for Chris C, he's not, but me and Johnny are. So we've touched on that. Give Ronaldo his dues, and I said this, I think I said it to Rob, you know, anyone that writes Ronaldo off, I don't care how old he is, do it at your peril. Write him off. You're crazy if you write him or Messi off. Like, how do you write a guy off like that? Like, Jamie Carragher's been writing him off for a year, and he scored 24 goals last year for the worst Manchester United side I've seen in my life. I've been supporting him since I was a kid, and last year was the worst United side I've seen, and he scored 24 goals in that team. So, like I said, write him off at your peril. Like he's like Michael Jordan. He'll use that as ammunition. That time when Carragher was doubting him, he wouldn't shake Carragher's hand because he's using it as ammunition to go on and just, you know, be the player that he is. But, all the props to Ronaldo. He's been just absolutely amazing. So, next topic we can touch on is the game at Goodison Park. So, we go to Everton, Goodison Park. We haven't won there in 2 years, I don't think. Like last year we didn't win there. The year before we didn't win there. The year before that I think we did when Bruno first came to the club. I believe we won there, but not last year or the year before. Excuse me, guys, got a bit of a stuffy nose, but yeah, um, it's always a tricky game there for us. This live is making me hungry. Liverpool are not playing good season this time. They are not, Zakal. Liverpool I don't think they're going to make top four. Don't at me. How are you? He says, hey everyone, how's it going? I'm great. Don't at me. Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, back to it. So, not an easy game going to Goodison Park, especially for us. Maybe 10 years ago it was a easy game for us going there, and we could just dominate them. But it's not how it goes now. We and to go there and to go 1-0 down within 5 minutes, and our big name signing makes a mistake, loses the ball, we concede, but then we showed character, and Casemiro ended up being, I think they gave him man of the match, to after that. So he turned it around. If it was any other player, he would have went in his shell and just had a shocking game after giving a mistake up in the first 5 minutes, but didn't do that. Turned it around, ended up getting the assist for Ronaldo, who comes on and scores the winner, which Chris has put it there, his 700th goal. Rob is in with a bit of banter. 6-3, 6-3, 6-3. Oh, wrong game. It is the wrong game. But yeah, Rob's here now. I mean, Rob can comment on. Oh, he played really well, Rob. He did make a mistake, but he ended up getting best on ground. But yeah, Rob can comment on, like we said, like it's. I think the word I used before was like it's astonishing that Ronaldo scored 700 club goals, 817 goals for club and country. But that is, you know, uh, it's hard to even put into words sometimes. I'm much better for seeing you in the chat now, buddy. Don't at me, says the big man. There you go. Hey Rob, how are ya? So Cal says hello to everyone as he always does. What a nice guy. But yeah, like Rob can comment on that. Like I said, it's amazing. It's outstanding, really, that he's got that many club goals. And like I said, Messi will get there probably within the month. He's on I think 9 away. And the fact that we've seen this happen to two players in the same era is ridiculous. Like it's crazy. Like him. or hate him, he's got to go down as an absolute all-time great just for his stats alone, his longevity. It's just crazy. Like I said, he's scored more goals than most great careers play games. 700 goals is twofold, being in the right place at the right time and getting fed by clever people behind him and his own hard work, of course. Is he the highest scorer ever? I think he already was. I'm not sure if Rob knows different, but I think he overtook someone for the most official career goals. I think unofficially Pele's meant to have 1,000, but I don't. It's I'm not sure. Like it's officially he's meant to be the highest goal scorer of all time. Pretty sure, which is 817 now. So every time he scores a goal, he breaks a record. Really. So I mean, like Rob knows they got Haaland at Man City now, and he's everyone's freaking out about how he's scoring. But if you put it into perspective, I think they've calculated that Haaland has to score 45 goals a season for the next 16 season to outscore Ronaldo, who hasn't finished yet. So he's still going to score more goals. And I think it's calculated to his whole career from when he started. It's averaged out to 35 goals a season for his whole career. I mean, that's crazy. Nah, that was Maradona, man. Pele, the guy who handballed the goal. That was Diego Maradona, not Pele. My favorite player ever is Thierry Henry. He was a very good player. Rob scored 951 in his backyard, but he says, yes, CR7 is the highest. Yeah, officially he is. Yeah, it was Maradona, that's right. But yeah, no, listen, we've given him his ups. I, I don't think he'll outscore um, Ronaldo either over his career. I mean, it's to think he had injuries last year, to think he's not going to get injuries. It's really hard to see. I mean, if he does, power to him. But Ronaldo's still going, and Messi's still going too, who's going to get over 700 shortly. So, and he's younger. He's going to keep scoring goals. Wherever they go, they're going to score goals. And is Haaland going to play till 38 like Ronaldo? Who knows? You just don't know. But yeah, back to the game. Like I said, United showed character to come back from 1-0 down in the first 5 minutes and then win that game. And I mean, I don't know what Rob thinks or anyone else that's watched the game that's in the chat. I'm not sure. It should have been 3-1. That Rashford goal, call me biased, whatever, should not have been disallowed. If you watch the West Ham game that was in conjunction, Mikel Antonio did the exact same thing and the goal got given. Rashford's didn't get given. Should have been 3-1 and then the game was done. We wouldn't have been, nervy for that last 10 minutes. Like, they can make or break a season, decisions like that. And I've watched it. I don't even see how it touches how it's a handball. Like, I don't know. But th- they've got to get the rule right. The way they've changed it, the technicalities to handball at the moment, it's ridiculous. They're just, I don't know. But yeah, it should have been 3-1. And I think we agree based on the rule should have been 3-1. Yeah. The thing is, not even based on the rule, Rob. When they watch it back, you got to watch it from 5 different angles and then slow mo and then zoom in to even see if it touches his hand. And it's like here, I think it like nicks it, and you can't tell. No one can tell me that they're definitive that it touches his arm. I don't know what the VAR official was thinking, but he obviously gave it, which is don't know why, but it was crazy. Like should have been 3-1, and the game wouldn't have been like we wouldn't have been under pressure for that 10 minutes like we were. I mean, De Gea talking about the game, people were saying he can't play out from the back, he can't do this, he can't do that. He was really good playing out from the back. I think he had 90 plus percent Um, Passing accuracy. He was sweeping, which was really good. He made an absolute cracker save from James Garner, our former player, which in the 86th, 87th minute. Why did Everton have a free shot 20 yards from goal, dead centre? This is happening a lot these days. Defence are backing off to block gaps and leaving the midfielders to shoot. New tactic. Yeah, I know it's weird. They're actually accusing Van Dijk of it a lot at the moment. That he backs off, he backs off, he backs off, and it's killing him. Actually, he doesn't look the player he looked, a year ago. He looks like very subpar at the moment, and then it's making Alexander Arnold look terrible. I have the new FIFA. Yes, I was playing it before. I might have to. I'll go live one night playing it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Don't at me says pingers. Gotta have pingers. Midfielders love having pingers. But yeah, so I mean, United back in fifth. We got a game in hand, which suits us. I mean, I think top four is made even easier now because I think Liverpool out of it. They're just, I don't know. Salah has fallen off a cliff. Don't know what's happened with him. Van Dijk as well, fallen off a cliff. Trent Alexander-Arnold, man, he's copping it left, right, and centre. Like, yep, don't at me. I scored a few goals like that in my time. All teams seem to be doing it though. With Kerr and Mbappe on the cover, that's right. Divine Scribes, Mr. Slippy Fist. I don't know what that means. Love pingers. Game in hand against, I'm pretty sure it's Crystal Palace, Rob. Should I get 800? What does that mean? Hey, Divine, Chrissy says, only goals allowed should be from outside the box. You couldn't do it. Is he talking about 800 goals? It's just, they've fallen off a cliff, Rob. Like, we'll go away from the United stuff now because I don't have John here and that to talk about as much. Talk a bit more about the league. But, I mean, Arsenal really, I'm not going to say they're going to win the title. I think Man City are going to win it. But Arsenal look a lot more mature this year. So I think they, can make top four. I think Chelsea can. Tottenham are there, United and City. That's five teams. Liverpool are just, they're struggling. Didn't I tell you, Rob? I said I did that bet on Zaha. It's, if you, when they play, Delo will get a yellow card on Zaha. It will happen. It's just, I think when I did Ben White, it was paying 5-1 when I did it. So, don't know what Delo will be paying, but he'll get it. He gets yellow cards on anyone. Yeah, their midfield not creative, not moving. It's like they've just gone over the hill a bit, like Thiago's not doing as good. Fabinho, Henderson's done. Milner's terrible now. Like he can't move. They bought Arthur from Juventus and he hasn't played a game. Darwin Núñez coming on up front and hasn't, you know, lit the world on fire. They lost Mane, which big loss, and Salah's fallen off a cliff. Like me and John were actually talking about this before. Like, the media all get so hyped, like they're doing with Haaland at the moment. He's the best striker ever. They would like Van Dijk's the best centre back in Premier League history. And to me, I mean, Liverpool bought Van Dijk at 29 years old. By 29 years old, I think that's how old Rafael Varane is now. He won 4 Champions Leagues. By 29, Vidic had won 5 titles. Same with Ferdinand. Tony Adams had won 3 or 4 titles by that age. And they're saying Van Dijk's the best centre back ever when he's only really had what? 3, 4 good years? 3, 4 good years, I reckon. Rob, correct me if that's, if you think different. But I mean, he went to Liverpool at 28, 29. So he wasn't winning anything before this. That's Southampton. I, I don't think he's obviously a good player, But you can't be saying he's one of the best ever when these other guys did it for 10 years plus. Like like I said, like him or hate him, like Ferdinand was playing for United from 21 to 35. Vidic, 22, 23 to 33. Tony Adams in his teens to his 30s. Sol Campbell, same thing. So John Terry, like so many of them. Even you go back further, like Steve Bruce, like captaining titles. Like, listen, I'm not saying he's not a good player. Van Dijk, he obviously is, but it's really hard to compare him with them when their careers were so long at the top. Where he was playing for Celtic at 25, Van Dijk, and then Southampton. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Van Dijk injured for half a season, not the best ever by a long shot. There you go. Yeah, I forgot about Company. There you go. Vidic better, Company better, Adams, etc. That's what I'm saying. Like you got Vidic, Company, Ferdinand, Adams, Campbell. Yeah, and that's just in the Premier League, Rob. Like you just said, Maldini. If you're going to the other leagues, I mean, Maldini, Baresi, Costa Curta, they're all from one team. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, even I wasn't the biggest fan of him. But even look at Ramos. Ramos is still playing now. Look how long his career was, and he's playing for Real Madrid the whole time. Like that's it's good to see that someone agrees with me on that. Tyrone Mings. Oh, what a gun. Well, when you say that, Rob, is he going to be playing for England? He's the only centre back they've got at the moment. He's either going to play. I think he might take Ben White from Arsenal now. Maguire's injured. Don't even know if he'll go. He doesn't like Tamori. Stones is injured. Kyle Walker's injured. Puyol as well. Yeah, great shout. Yeah, I know they're going to struggle. Yeah, great shout. And he was a leader too, like Rob. Another one, he was 5'9". They're saying 5 foot centre backs can't be 5'9". And Puyol was 5'9". He was small. But yeah, like that's just me. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Smalling, what a gun. He's ripping it for Mourinho, that's for sure. He's playing. He's playing. If I was Southgate, I'd take Smalling, Tamori, but he doesn't like them unless they're playing in the Premier League. I don't think that's just him. Divine says tomorrow I'll get you to 800 or next week. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. But yeah, so touching on the other teams, like I said, I think City are going to win the title, and I mean this year is probably their year for the Champions League too. Rob's probably happy to hear that. So I think the top four is between City, Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, and United. Like I said, I think, and I mean, if say Liverpool don't make the top four, they're saying that they want to get Bellingham. You know, he ain't going to them if they don't make top four. And I don't know what that says for Klopp if they don't make top four. Like they consider him untouchable there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happens with him, but he's obviously a really good manager. But this seems to happen with him. With his clubs. It happened at Mainz, happened at Dortmund. He gets in 6, 7 plus years and he starts really struggling. But I'm not sure why that happens for him. But Spurs not enough depth. Yeah, I agree, but I still think because of Conte that they'll battle for top four. Not saying they will make it. I hope United make it ahead of any of them, but it'll be between them five, I think. Chelsea not enough reliable goal scorers. Johnny G says treble. He could have been saying it on here. Post World Cup, Haaland and Mahrez fully rested. That's true. That's true. I think the World Cup is going to play a huge factor this year in players like probably not as big for us, but De Gea doesn't seem to get a gig for the Spanish national team at the moment. And the funniest thing was I watched the two other Spanish keepers that last night that Luis Enrique takes, the one from Brentford and the one from I think Wolves, and they were terrible. Terrible. Like I would have rather De Gea ahead of them. But yeah, he'll be rested for United. Delo won't be. Lindelof won't be. Martinez won't be. Both left fullbacks won't be. Ericsson won't be. Rashford will go with England now, I think. I'm trying to think. Sancho probably won't go. He might be rested for us, which hopefully that plays in his favour and he can start playing well. Sancho, Ronaldo's definitely going. Bruno's definitely going. Casemiro's definitely going. Fred's going. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know what a Rankine is, but John says it's wild. He ran Rankine. Wild. Enrique's still kicking, sticking with Busquets. These coaches got to learn to let go. Yeah, I agree. I agree. He's. I don't think they're going to do that well, Spain. But yeah, thinking about it, you guys might get more rested players, Rob, because Kyle Walker might not go because of injury, and then he might get better during the World Cup, and he'll be fresh as well, which helps City. But I don't know. We're not going to have many rested players now that I think about it. And I think the World Cup ends. We come straight back on Boxing Day. So Boxing Day fixtures. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, like I'll have a look at the. Let's have a look at the table quickly. So obviously coming up on Friday, United are playing Ammonia Nicosia. I mean, you think, that's a win. Like you'd think that's a win. I mean, if they lose at Old Trafford to Ammonia, something's wrong. Akanji and Edison may have little World Cup game time too. Yeah. Well, he goes with Allison, doesn't he? So, that plays in Man City's favour. Not sure about Fred for United, but he's not really in our starting lineup at the moment. But I mean, I think he plays for Brazil. Like he's a starter. So we got Ammonia on Friday, which, like I said, you'll think. Let's hope the oil well dries up at City. Hopefully the oil well dries up, and then they can get rid of Benjamin Button and Butters, and it will be good. And then we'll be done. Once Benjamin Button and Butters are gone, we'll be loving. And yeah, all right. So then after that, United's next three games, I think make or break our season after Ammonia. I don't know what anyone else thinks. We got Newcastle at home, Tottenham home, Chelsea away. Arsenal, Man City, 19th of October, postpone. Okay, there you go. But yeah, so Man U, Newcastle this week, real tough game. Even at home, tough game. Then Tottenham, tough game. Then Chelsea away. So, three really tough games for United. And then we got Sheriff and then West Ham after that. So, they're not easy games like coming up for United. I think that make or break our year. If we beat Newcastle, beat Tottenham, even a draw at Stamford Bridge, I mean, I think that's really good for us. Sorry about that. Um, but then this week it's Man City, Liverpool. I mean, and I never want to write Liverpool off, but it could be a Manchester derby score. The way I watch them, I mean, City could really get. I mean, it's at Anfield, but It's funny, John and Rob pretty much gave you the same answer there, Devon. You pretty much got to score more goals than the opponent. That's it. John even put it into context for you. You got to score the goal with the ball, with your feet or your head. You can use your head too. Oh, listen, I think if we do a few predictions for this weekend, oh man, it's always a tough one too. But I think City are going to smash Liverpool. I really think they're going to really tune them up. You know why? Because I think like they feel like they owe Liverpool a couple because Liverpool's the one that's been up their tail for the past 3, 4 years, and I mean they just don't look good, Liverpool. So then Sunday night, I might actually do a watch along Sunday night for Man U Newcastle. I don't know if John is going to come along because we haven't actually spoke about it, but if he's free, I'm sure he will come. Steve Nicol and the SBN crew never say United played well, only Everton played bad. How Everton didn't play bad. They were 1-0 up. We how can it they say they played bad when we had 60 something percent possession? That's us doing that. Like Everton didn't let us have the ball. Like we Stephen Nichol's just a Liverpool fan like that, and Stephen Nicol, Burley, Hislop, they all hate United because United ruined like their careers really. Divine Scribe says UFC is better. Like better than what? Better than soccer? No, no way. I'm a UFC fan, but there's no way it's better than soccer. Nico is senile, yeah. He was senile when he was playing, wasn't he? Real Madrid visiting Shakhtar Donetsk tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. KP, are you going to watch the game? Uh, what other games are there on? I'm not sure. And then Chris says UFC are Hess. Is Hess. UFC is wild. I like UFC, but it's not better than soccer. Like, yeah. So yeah, back to I think City smack Liverpool up this weekend. Let's go look at a few other fixtures. United, Newcastle. I mean, I'm gonna go with United. I'm gonna go with United at home. Last year when we played Newcastle at home, it was Ronaldo's first game. He scored 2 goals. And you know what? I'm actually going to predict Ronaldo another brace this weekend, and we beat Newcastle. I think Ronaldo is going to come up now. He's going to start scoring. I think it's his time. Let's see the matches. No, I'll try to get the Premier League matches up. United 1-1, Rob said. No, Rob, why would you do this to me? Don't be like that, Rob. All right, let's have a look. So we got Leicester Palace. I mean, if Leicester don't win that at home, mm, I don't know. I don't know what happens with Rodgers. Does he keep his job? Like they've won one game. Brentford Brighton. That's another not a bad game. Ron's a nice guy. Watch alongs for the Blue Moon. Ron or Rob? Yeah. So then we got Fulham Bournemouth. Tottenham, Everton. Hopefully Everton can get up on Tottenham for us. Aston Villa, Chelsea. Hopefully Villa can get up Chelsea. Leeds, Arsenal. I mean, I think Arsenal are going to keep winning. JHF is his. Uh-huh. Leicester 1, Crystal Palace 3. Yeah, I think Crystal Palace beat Leicester. So then United, Newcastle. I think Arsenal keep winning against Leeds. Liverpool, City. I think I already said I think City are going to spack them. Fulham 3, Bournemouth nil, Spurs 3. Rob, why are you saying Spurs win? We don't want that. Harry Potter is doing well at Chelsea. He's only won one league game, hasn't he? Oh no, they beat Palace. Think about it. Is he really doing that well? Like they beat a managerless team on the weekend, 3-0 at home. Wolves are managerless. It was a good result against Milan midweek. Palace, they only just won last minute, so I mean he's getting the results. Credit to him. But I mean these guys saying that he's like the best thing since sliced bread. What's a JHF? Diego Costa is back, but they don't have a manager, Rob. They don't have a manager. That's what I'm saying. You'd expect Chelsea to thump them. JHF will be the best player in the league. No worries. Yeah, it's funny seeing Diego Costa back. I mean, the guy's a bulldog, isn't he? Like his JHF is Port Powerhouse. Ah, we shouldn't be talking about that on a Man United stream. Port Power's lame. Port Power big house. Terrible house. Yeah, I don't know. Will Johnny G Wolves 2-0 Forest? Imagine Forest lose to a managerless team. That'd be funny. And they probably will. I think you're right. Will Johnny G come for the United watch along? United Newcastle. I'm definitely going to do United Newcastle. I think I'm going to do it. Not 100% yet, but um, yeah, I think Leeds are going to get done by Arsenal too. Yeah, 11:30 Sunday. United Newcastle. Yeah, I hope Aston Villa get a draw against Chelsea. You wish he was at the Crows. I don't even know who he is. So, how could I wish he was at the Crows? I don't even know him. Leeds to take points off Arsenal. I don't know about that. I hope so. Yeah, I think Liverpool get smacked by City. Nah, I don't agree with Johnny there. John, if you put money on that and we win in the syndicate, that'll be really good. Put that as like $10 on it or something. But I don't know. Listen, anything happens in football. But, you know. But yeah, no, I think I touched on everything, guys. I gave up all the, I gave so much, I gave all the credit to Ronaldo. 700 goals. Like I said, absolutely astounding. Like that feat, 700 club goals. I touched on the game. We were 1-0 down. United showed real character to come back. Casemiro, especially, he made a mistake. John was messaging me saying Casemiro should be back on the bench. And then he put in a man of the match performance, got the assist for the winner. Like that just shows the difference in him. Like I think he had 96 passes, and McTominay averages 36 passes or something. So that just tells you why we were progressive in that game and on the front foot because our defensive midfielder gets on the ball when Casemiro plays. World Cup squads announced next week, so some players might be playing super safe. Others out to hurt future World Cup opposition. Yeah, we never know. Bring back State of Origin AFL. I agree. What time is the United game this weekend? 11:30 Sunday night. Haaland has 106 club goals, I think. So he needs, let's say, 600 goals just to equal Ronaldo. Saying Ronaldo's not going to stop scoring, which is, I don't know how old he is. Haaland the man-child. He's Benjamin Button, man. And what do we say? Jack Grealish is Butters. Here we go. Need your central midfielder demanding the ball. Casemiro confident to demand the ball. A lot of players are not. Haaland's 22. See, the thing is, you just don't know, like, a player. Is he going to play with his body? He's a really big guy. Does he play till he's 38 like Ronaldo? And when he's 32, 33, whatever, will he be able to score goals like Ronaldo did at 30? I mean, Ronaldo scored at 35. He was scoring 30 goals a year for Juventus. Stu MC or Stu Mac, however you want. I don't know how. I'm sure how you want me to pronounce it, but Stu MC says credit to Ronaldo, 700 goals against likes of Bramble, Hibbert, Carragher in his 2008 Ballon d'Or season. Now he breaks his EPL duck against Cody and Tarkowski. He loves kick and chase idiots. I think that's a bit harsh on Ronaldo, man. You don't win 5 Champions Leagues and score 50 goals a year just against Bramble and Hibbert and Carragher. That would effectively mean he played Newcastle and Liverpool every week. But and I think it's hard not to give him credit, Stu. Like 700 goals is a ridiculous feat. Even if it was against backyarders, it's an absolute ridiculous feat because no other person has done it. Like it's just a plus 117 for his country, John. 117 for Portugal. So I mean, like I said, even if it's against farmers, it's ridiculous because I know guys that have played 400 games in Sunday League teams that haven't scored that. So it's it's a ridiculous effort. Like it's a really ridiculous effort. And like I said, I don't take anything from Messi either. He's going to break that 700 as well shortly. Like I think he's 8 or 9. He's on 691 or something. I think Rob. I think he only scored this. I'll put it up. I'll put it here for you. I think it was 5. It was only 5 for Sporting. 100 and I'll get the thing up. I'll get it up for you. Here, I'll get it up for you. It's 450 for. Here we go. 5 for Sporting. I got it here. 5 for Sporting. 450 Madrid. 144 United. 117 Portugal. Nah, that's the EPL lot. He made the UCL wins chiefly off the service of Carvajal, Marcelo, Alexandra, and Cordado. It's impressive, but it needs to be viewed with caution. Each to their own, man. Each to their own. The hardest thing to do, this is my opinion, the hardest thing to do in the game, and usually most people say it, I mean, I've played the game. I still play the game. The hardest thing to do in the game is put the ball in the net, and he's done it more times than anyone that's ever played the game. So, no player can score without service, but he still has to put it in the net. The perfect example I'll give you is, that bloke at Everton, Neil Maupay, gets service, but he doesn't put it in the net. Ronaldo scored 24 goals last year for the worst United team I've ever seen. Yeah, listen. They need service. You don't know no striker scoring without service, but you still got to finish. Being cool, calm in front of goal is a whole different ball game. I'm not having it that Ronaldo's that it's not a great achievement. 700 club goals is ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. He had, I think, 5 years in a row with Madrid where he scored 50 plus goals. Now, like I said, love him or hate him, you can't. That's ridiculous. Agree, KP. A lot of strikers are not picking a corner when shooting, showing little awareness. It's insane. It's 100%. I remember when I had Chris Trager as coach, and he taught me always look for the post because you're probably not good enough to get it, so you'll score. You'll hit it in off. You'll hit the corner. Like that's if every player could just turn around and score off service, Danny Welbeck would have scored 500 goals. Like it's just it's he it's a great effort. Like it's actually it's not great. It's a phenomenal like achievement, and I don't think anyone can take anything away from him, from Messi, from these guys. Lewandowski that have scored so many goals. I mean, the English media go on about Harry Kane that he's amazing, he's this, he's that, and he's in the 200 something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and they're going on about him. He's one of the best English strikers ever, and he's not played in the number nine role his whole career. Very true. He played in the front three. Listen, he was helped with, and Messi too. They were helped with. They played in a front three of a 4-3-3 when in that era the number nine was more of a decoy. The two wide guys were the goal scorers, and that the central striker was a decoy. And then it went back to that number nine now, as you can see, with Ronaldo getting goals, Haaland goals, Lewandowski. It went back to that number nine being the goal scorer. CR7 better finisher than Messi. He missed quite a few because Messi did. I agree because the Telegraph. Darren Bent reckons he'll have Welbeck over Rashford. Nah, no way. Why? In what position? If you're saying Rashford off the left, like I don't think he's a central striker, but Rashford off the left, I mean, no way. He's dreaming. Bent is just an Arsenal fan that hates United. He's creaming. Darren Bent also said that Graham Potter is a better manager than Eric Ten Hag, and the highest level he'd managed until 3 weeks ago was Brighton. How can he be a better manager than a person that's won titles and played in a Champions League semi-final with Ajax? Like, it makes no sense. Lewandowski's goals drying up at Barca. He's getting older, and you can tell he doesn't look like he doesn't have a. Ronaldo is superhuman when you look at him physically. He's 37, doesn't look like that. But Lewandowski looks like he's aging. It's catching him. His powers might be waning. No way, Bent is bonkers. 100% he's bonkers. Like, these guys hate United. That's the thing about them, Rob and John. Like, they hate United because United, as we know, just like City are doing now, have ruined all these guys' careers because no one could win anything but United. And they hate Man United, just like this generation is going to hate City unless you're a City supporter because they're winning everything. Like, there is, like I said, the comment about Ten Hag, the comment about how much will Bellingham cost United? 150. Transfer news. There's a story happening now. They're saying United are going to go back in for De Jong or Bellingham. I've heard that today. It was on United View because Liverpool pretty much out of the race. They're saying because if Liverpool don't make top four, Bellingham ain't going there, and that leaves I don't know. United have to make either win the Europa or make top four to get him. So yeah, like he's not going there unless they're playing Champions League. I mean, he's a real good player. I like him. But he's not going there unless they're playing Champions League. And but like I said, the good thing is Liverpool may be out of that race now. I still vote football over any club. I watch games just to watch individual players, e.g., I watch Chelsea to watch Reece James. That's your coach's hat, Rob. Your coach's hat talking there. Listen, Reece James is really good. I mean, he's miles ahead of Trent at the moment. Trent might be able to hit a better long ball than him and a better cross, but Reece James is. I'll tell you what, the best fullback in the league. He's not even a fullback. He's not even a fullback. The best fullback in the league is Cancelo. Man, I watched him the other night. He's like a winger. Like the guy's a freak. He's like turning fullbacks into pretzels and scoring goals that like a fullback shouldn't be doing this. Like he's a freak. Messi paying $13 for Golden Boot. Don't think he'll win it. They'll have Martinez up front, who will be getting more of the goals. Messi will be playing deeper. He does for Argentina. He might get it. I think the Golden Boot's a tough one, man. A roughie might be Depay if he plays up front for Netherlands. Lukaku scores goals, but I don't think Belgium are going to go as far. I don't know if Jesus is going to play for Brazil, so otherwise I'd go Neymar or Vinicius or even Ronaldo, man. I think Portugal are going to do good. I actually think I've said it and I've stuck with it. Their squad. So Ronaldo's a good bet. I don't know what he's paying. Harry Kane, I don't think so because I don't think England will do well. They're going to struggle to win any games, I think. Oh, I think a good bet is Messi or Ronaldo, Neymar, those guys, Mbappe. Harry Kane's favourite. I think they're going to even struggle to get out their group the way they're playing. What's the bucks? How much is he paying? That's ridiculous. He's favourite. I can't believe that. I think Ronaldo or Messi are a really good bet because I think Portugal can do well. I think Argentina are going to do well. I think Brazil are going to do well. I think the winner's coming out of one of them three, personally. $8. I think the winner's coming out of one of them three. Brazil, Argentina, Portugal. Don't think France have it in them. But listen, Mbappe might score goals. Is Benzema playing for France? What's Benzema paying? He might score goals. Benzema might be a good bet, like just for a roughie. Trying to think. Yeah, Benzema might be a good bet because he's back with France. Yeah, I don't see anyone else doing it. I mean, you've always got the Lukaku's a roughie. Depay because he's the only forward for Holland. Messi, Ronaldo, Kane. I mean, he's got to be up there. Neymar, Vinicius. Benzema might be a really good bet, man, because he did really well. Benzema did really well in the last tournament at the Euros, didn't he? In his first tournament back for France, and I mean, he ripped it for Real Madrid last year. Depay 20. I think Depay's a roughie. You just put a bid on him for a roughie because they don't have another forward. I don't know who's. And they're good, but he scores most of their goals. They get goals from midfield, but he's their striker. Yeah, that's true. I got to sit there and look at the when me and Rob do the World Cup podcast. You got to look at Yeah, their groups and Leroy Sané for Germany. Yeah, maybe. He is a good roughie, Sané. Yeah, that's why I said Depay. I think he's a good roughie, real good roughie, Depay. But I like Benzema. I like the Benzema bet. Sane paying heaps. Well, Germany, who Germany got up front, John, when you think about it, don't have anyone. And remember, like all those years ago, even when they were scoring, like Muller was Golden Boot and he was a midfielder. He won the Golden Boot twice, didn't he? Well, they don't have a forward. They haven't had a forward for a while, like an out and out striker. They had Mario Gomez. They had since Closer. They really haven't had a out and out forward since Miroslav Klose. When I think about it, Sane might be alright, but I like Benzema. Benzema, yeah, well, he played him in the Euros, and ever since he's been back, he's been playing him. That's what I. You don't know what these coaches are going to do. That's the problem. Oh, Muller once. Yeah, I don't rate them either, John. But well, that's their striker at the moment, Rob. Like we're laughing, Havertz, but that's who they got Werner. But yeah, they don't really. I don't rate them either. I don't. I don't think you should ever count Germany out. But I don't. I think the next World Cup they'll be good. Nabry, yeah, Nabry. Yeah, I think the next World Cup Germany can be really good. This one I don't. Yeah. Spain don't really have Morata. He ain't gonna win it. I like Benzema, Ronaldo, even Messi. I like one of those, the three, the big dogs. I like Benzema, Ronaldo, or Messi. Even Neymar. Someone from Brazil is gonna score goals. Nah. If Nunes played for United, I'd say Golden Boot, but he plays for Liverpool. Yes. Does he score a lot of goals for his country? I don't. To be honest, I don't know. When you predicted them to win the cup, John, remember when me and Rob were doing the World Cup podcast? You said they'll win it. You said you're going for a roughie. He's played 13 games for Uruguay. He's only scored 3 goals. Golden Boot from France, Brazil, or Argentina. Yeah, well, I think all Ronaldo. I tend to agree with Rob, and I'm putting Ronaldo in there because I really like Portugal's team. And like I was saying about Cancelo before, when you got guys like Cancelo, you know what? Even Jota, if he plays, is Cavani still playing, Rob, for Uruguay? I don't know. Even Jota, if he plays, will score goals for Portugal. You know, he might be a roughie. He scores goals for Portugal as well as Bruno. Didn't he score? He scored 2 in their qualifier the other day, didn't he? I don't think they play with a number 9, John. I think it's more Neymar, Vinicius. They don't pick Jesus. He doesn't get picked. They play that. I think it's Rodrigo, Neymar, Vinicius. I think. Pretty sure they're the 3. They play them up front. Yeah, see, I actually think a real roughie, Rob, now thinking about it, is Bruno. Because he doesn't score as much for United anymore, but I think he's scored every game for Portugal recently. I'm going to check the stats on him quickly before we go. If I find him here, 1 second. United. Anthony. Yeah, see, they got Anthony or Richarlison, yeah. But it's like them. It's like Anthony, Richarlison, Vinicius, Neymar. Like I don't think Neymar, Anthony doesn't score as many goals for his, but I think Bruno's a better bet than him. So if we get Bruno here, I'm just going to check his stats quickly for Portugal. Bear with me. You have to pick a player who takes the pens as well. Opposition will target the name players. Yes, John G gets back to Kane, doesn't it? Does Benzema take penalties or does Mbappe take them? Ronaldo definitely takes them for Portugal. Ronaldo definitely takes penalties. Neymar takes them for Brazil. I said him. And Messi takes them for Argentina. Depay takes penalties and some free kicks. I think it's... So against Czech Republic, Jota, Fernandes, and Dalot scored. So Fernandes scored. The next game before that against Czech Republic, Cancelo, Switzerland. Going that far back, Ronaldo scored. So that, it's... Messi takes him for Argentina, of course. No one goes near Messi. Griezmann takes them. But he won't play, Rob. I don't think he'll play. Because he's barely playing for Atletico Madrid. I don't think he'll start for France. If he starts for France, they ain't winning the World Cup. I'll say that right now. I've watched him recently. He's fallen off a cliff. Messi, Ronaldo, or Benzema, I like. Messi doesn't score as much for Argentina anymore, but it depends who they're playing. Let me check the last games for him, John. So their last game was 3-0. He scored 2. Alvarez scored. Alvarez plays for, forgot about Julian Alvarez. He scored 1 the game before. Martinez scored. He scored 3 the game before. So, I mean, he has been scoring a lot for him and Martinez, really. Australia takes second spot. I'm tipping Argentina 6-0 Saudi Arabia, and this is where the golden boot will come through. It could be. They're playing Saudi Arabia. It could be a good bet, Messi. Could be a really good bet. Yeah, I tell you, like Rob said, that if Griezmann gets selected for France, they ain't winning the World Cup. Lately, he's been terrible for the Atletico. Comes off the bench like he scores some goals, but he's fallen off a cliff. Like he's terrible. Well, you heard it here first. Messi, $13 is Johnny G's bet. Get on it. But I think it's either Messi, Ronaldo, Benzema. They're my 3 I'd pick from. Or even Depay for a roughie. Go Depay for a roughie. But Messi's a really good bet, $13. Australia takes second spot. Can you imagine that? That'd be so good. Alright guys. I think we've come to the conclusion. It was a good show. We talked about World Cup odds. We got everything out there. My prediction this week: Manchester United, Newcastle, Old Trafford. Man United 3-0. Newcastle are not going to score. Varane back in. Clean sheet. Liverpool are going to get smacked up by Man City. Did Italy make it to the World Cup? They did not make it to the World Cup. Zakao? They did not. Yeah, but I see what you're saying, John. If he had better, but he's gonna. What if he starts playing for United now and starts scoring? Because he's gonna play. Martial's injured. You'd imagine he gets a bit of confidence now. And now, Rob, you deserve that because of the banter you gave us for Man City, smacking us up a little bit. So you deserve that little Italy job. I liked it from Zakao. It was pretty good. It was a payback. Yeah, so what you said there, John, Ronaldo could go on a goal scoring form now. We'll see if let's say he scores 10 goals, between now and the World Cup, who knows? Whereas Messi's not, I mean, he plays well, he's playing well for Argentina against crappy teams. They are playing Saudi Arabia, but he's not in the best goal scoring form for PSG, but he's playing well. So Italy will be holidaying in Greece, and Greece will be holidaying in Italy. That's probably true. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, I reckon United win this week. City win. I think Arsenal win. That's the tips of the week. United, City, Arsenal. Don't know what else. Leicester to lose again to Palace, I reckon. And yeah, I reckon that was it. Yeah, so stay in touch, guys. We'll be doing our regular podcasts on Thursday night. So hopefully everyone can come in and join in the live chat. That'll be fun. And then we should do a watch along. John has said he's available 11:30 Sunday night for Manchester United Newcastle. Take it easy, guys.